Hi, this is Glenda, and today I'm trying soap embroidery. I'm going to attempt to make a peacock or peacock feather. So I have this feather here as a sample. These are the colors that I will be using, which I will also put on the screen. And I have here about 1 pound of oils, which is gonna make about 24 ounces of soap. So each color is gonna be about 4 ounces of soap. My light water, it's at 92 Fahrenheit and 33 Celsius, and the oils, I have them at 38 Celsius, which is 101 Fahrenheit. This is the recipe that I use regularly for my soaps. I'm not sure how it's going to work out, but we'll see. I also have some brushes. These are synthetic fiber brushes, which I think is what I'm going to use, but just in case that's too soft, I also have these ones that are a little bit more stiff, and I'm not really sure what kind of hair they're made of. Perhaps a boar, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm going to start by adding the light water to the oils. I'm not going to add any fragrance to this because it's not needed, given that it's only a small amount that's going to go in the soap. Okay, I mix it some, and now I'm just going to give it a quick burst with the stick blender. Okay, I think they have emulsified, and because I'm going to do a lot more blending once this reaches, once it's divided in the colors, I'm going to go ahead and divide it now. I need to weigh 4 ounces on each container. So let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems I miscalculated somewhere, because on this container I only have, let me see, this weighs 250 and this weighs 475 minus that. So I only have about 2.5 ounces, a little bit less. But it's good because there is one color of which I don't need a whole lot, which is the copper. So I'm actually going to add just a little bit of every other one, and that will be good. So now I'm just gonna add each color, which I previously mixed with a teaspoon of sunflower oil to disperse it. The actual amounts of colorant, micas, and the actual process will be in the blog post if you want to read. I'm going to include a link in the description box, so you can go there if you actually want to look at that information. Okay, so now that I'm done with that part, I'm going to mix it all up. Now I don't usually pipe on my soaps, and this challenge requires, I guess, some piping skills. However, I have done on myself primarily, and a few times, some henna painting, like on my hand. So I am familiar with the process of putting something in a small sort of a piping bag, I guess, and drawing with it, because henna's, when you do it on your hand, it's sort of liquidy, it's fluid. So hopefully it's not too difficult, and I'm used to face painting, so hopefully that will help me keep hand control and movement control to do the design. However, I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. It's going to be a surprise, because the examples that I've seen, I watch all the videos, by the way, that Amy provided, but most of them deal with flowers, and I'm making a peacock, so it's not quite a flower, but I think I can make the feathers similar to one of the techniques that I watch. So we'll see. I did prepare some sketches on my iPad, and I'll probably put them on the screen now to give me an idea of what I may do. Okay, everything is hand mixed and it's quite liquid still, so I'm going to blend it in. I think I'm gonna introduce a lot of bubbles. I'm gonna try to do with this. I'm not really sure if this is gonna work. I'm introducing a lot of bubbles, so I'm gonna tap each one. Okay, all the colorants are not at trace, except perhaps for the copper one. So I'm going to try to blend this one. So the blues seem to be getting thick. I never failed on that. My greens though are quite liquid still, and it's very tricky to blend them with this little amount of butter. This is probably why Amy reached trace first in her video and then split it into colors and then just stir it with a spoon. I was afraid to do that with this recipe because I know that it tends to reach trace fast, and I wanted to keep it somewhat fluid for the challenge, for the actual technique. I think this finally reached trace. I'm just gonna set it apart, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put the blue one in a bag because it's the body of the peacock, so it's what I need to pipe first anyway. I don't have piping bags. I only have a few, so not enough to do all of them. I just decided to use sandwich Ziploc bags. Hopefully they work. If not, you will learn what not to do. Oh no! My soap butter is coming out of the Ziploc bag. It's not good. Guess I didn't do it a proper seal. But anyway, I think this is too fluid right now. I need to wait until it settles a little bit more. Okay, so it's been a few minutes, and they've gotten a little bit thicker. So I have here one of the soaps. This is gonna be my practice one. I have some water nearby and some paper towels to clean the brushes as I work. I feel like I have a lot of air in this bag. It's gonna make a mess probably. Okay, burp. This is not going to be easy. It's coming out as like a spaghetti shape, flattened instead of a pointy tip. Okay, that's better. And you're supposed to work in small sections at a time, or else it just might set up by the time you want to. Not really sure what I'm doing there. And in most of the examples they use the square one and use it like this, but some people use it like that. And I think Amy used a pointy one, so I'm gonna try and see what the pointy one will do. Oh, that works. That could work like that thing the peacocks have, the feathers they have on top of the head. That will be that. think I overdid it. I think I did it too small this time, so I need to go a little bit bigger. Start over. It's incredibly easy to start over, actually. And I have lots of soap, so it's not like I'm gonna run out. Hi, I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done that already. And otherwise, I'll see you next week. Bye.